In this tutorial here, we're just going to look through a couple of the more complex pages, and I'll talk you through how they work. So we're going to go with, we'll look at the blind date to start with, and I'll explain how this one works, because this is quite a complex one. So basically this is one big image above, so all this text, this blind date up here, this is all just imagery, and then behind it is a video, which is placed right at the back of this. So to be able to click on that video, the video itself is this section. So this is a good example of where you can't really click on it. So we're going to go into Navigator, and you want to click this section. So this video here is sort of the background of the whole section itself. And that's within this style section here. It's hosted on the WordPress site itself, and yeah, that's just behind the image itself, which is this one here, which is, as you can see here, just in your media folder. And then what have you got down? And then obviously you've got the buttons below it here. So it's quite simple, really, when you break it down like this. It's just sort of a combination of all the elements that are needed on this page. We'll go and have a look at, I think it's this page here that has the spinny text on it. It's not this one here, no. But again, these two are both videos. This is an image above it, so some of this is an image, and then in the section itself, you've got a video backdrop, which is making this move constantly. Exactly the same here. I think this one here is just a video itself. The whole panel is a video. But yeah, let's just try and find, so it's going to be iPart 2. This is probably one of the most complex pages that has, yeah. So a lot of these moving animations, the dynamic animations, are under here. So you click on the element, go to advanced and motion effects. You've got a scrolling effects here. So the vertical scroll is basically how much it moves as you go down. So you know, that's full on movement. And then you can bring it right down to where it's hardly moving. And the same with sort of everything that's here. You can have transparency, you can really make it rotate, so you can make it do really crazy stuff, which you might want to play around with, because there's lots of really fun stuff you could do with that. Whoa. Again, yeah, these all sort of zoom and show, these sort of spin into place. Here is a video basically placed just over the background, because the color of this video is exactly the same as the background, so it just sort of sits there perfectly. This has motion effects on it, with the mouse effect where it tracks it in 3D. If we take it off, it obviously doesn't do it. And when we place it on, the direction of the tilt is going to be directly at the mouse at quite a high speed. We can crank that up and it's going to turn even more, but a little bit too much, I think. Hardly do it, and well, you can't even see it there. Do it just like that. You've got a slight change there. I think that's quite a nice amount. And yeah, again, they've all got, this one here has got a rotation motion effect on it, and whatnot. So yeah, this is sort of how you play around with the dynamics of a page. I'm not going to save this, so don't worry, it's not going to look like it does that. The blur is probably one of the most used ones. So if we look at this image here, we click the blur, because this one comes in, it fades in and then blurs out. It doesn't quite do what they all do. So if we look at this one here instead, normally what the elements will do is they will blur in, and then they should blur out. Okay, so this one doesn't, so I'll alter this one now. So you want to do fade in and fade out. So as you fade in, okay, this is not a good example. We'll leave this page here and we'll show you another one. I didn't save that because obviously I don't want that to alter what is on there. We'll go to me part 1. So yeah, if you look at this element below here, as we scroll down, it fades in. And as we go past it, as it goes back up, it will start to fade, at least it should do. Yeah, so fade in and fade out. So it is fade in, it just might be that sometimes when you're in the editor, you won't quite see how it's going to look like when you watch it live. So if we look at the preview changes, see how they sort of fade out as you're leaving them. Bit hard to see. I might need a little bit of alteration. But see there how they sort of fade out as they come in. So yeah, that can be altered here in motion effects. So when you go to blur, you can change the point where you see it come in and when you see it come out. So we sort of want to start blowing there. It might be just about there where it needs to start blowing. Yeah, so it's probably better. It unblurs there, it fades in, and then it fades out at this point here. So you can do that with all the elements there. So yeah, that's basically how you alter dynamic effects. There's a lot on this site, so it's probably a useful tutorial to have.